What's going on, everybody? It's Everett with Redux Movement, and in this video we're going to start a new series called the Push-Up Protocol. So you can probably see that in the description down below. It's going to be focused on, you guessed it, push-ups. So we're going to do a crazy amount of push-ups. We're going to try to get better at doing a maximal set of push-ups. How many push-ups can you do in one set? As well as overall work capacity, meaning if you can do one set of 50 reps, you don't want the next second and third set to be at like 10. So you want to be pretty consistent. Now with that is accessory movements. So especially if you're a beginner, most people have weak links in their body, weak muscle groups that hold them back. So we're not just gonna do a lot of push-ups until we wanna puke. We're gonna do a lot of strength training and just neuromuscular connection for those weak parts of the body. So this is the way it's gonna work. I'm gonna post one video up every Sunday night with 3 workouts. I'm gonna pin in the first comment the timestamps for each day. That way you can look at them very quickly. So Sunday night, which means you need to subscribe if you haven't and hit the notification bell. That way you don't get off by a day or miss a week. On top of that, if you have a friend or a buddy, you need to pull them into this workout and either compete with one another or challenge each other to stay consistent, hold each other accountable, whatever motivates you more. Now I'm posting up this series right now because at the time of making this video, for one reason or another, some of you might not have access to a gym, they might be closed, or you might be confined to your home or your apartment. So good timing here. Now, if you want to further support this series and the channel, I've actually got an ebook, a PDF that I've made of the entire program. So it's laid out really nicely, every workout. It's got a FAQ section, introduction, the test we're gonna go through in this video. It's on my website. I'll put a link in the description. It's only $15. If you don't have $15, do not buy it, because all of these workouts are going to be on this channel for free. That's just an option for you to help you out and to help out the channel. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started in the first test and the first 3 days. Before we get started in this program and the initial test, we'll go through a quick warm-up you can use before each workout. So here I've just got a little tension in my back. I'm pushing my wrists into the ground, and I've got my biceps and insides the elbows facing each other. I'm gonna go back and forth 10 times, right to left. After this, we'll lean on back and we'll do some wrist circles. So you have a lot of little bones in your wrists and they all need to move and rotate and slide. So we're gonna do 5 really intentful circles clockwise and then 5 counterclockwise. Try to imagine I've got a Sharpie in my fingers and I'm just trying to draw a big circle. So again, go slow here and really try to use your muscles. 5 and 5. After this, we're gonna do hand release push-ups. I'd shoot for 5, maybe 7 reps. You can see I'm pulling my elbows directly up into the air. I'm using my shoulder blades to do that. I'm pinching them together. What you don't want to do is that. Just lift your hands. That's just you lifting your arms. We actually want to practice good shoulder retraction. So after this, we're going to move into a few plank variations. Reaching planks, once again, 5 to 10 reps. Alternate which arm you go out with first. Try to not wobble back and forth too much. Watch how far out you reach as well. Up next, we're gonna stay in a plank, but do moving planks, dropping from elbow, elbow, and then back up hand, hand. So I'm gonna pull my hand to where it's right underneath my shoulder like I'm doing a push-up. Don't leave your hands out in front of you. Again, alternate which side you go down first. Next, we'll do tricep extensions, pretty self-explanatory. Elbows underneath the shoulders and just press up into full elbow extension. Watch out, these are tricky. After that, shoulder retractions, protractions. Good solid plank. Try to pinch and push in each direction and really try to pause at the end of each range of motion. Pinch, pause, push, pause. Retraction, protraction, 10 solid reps. Up next, we're gonna get in a reverse plank position. So you can see my fingertips are facing forward. Very important. A lot of people have trouble with fingertips back. It's too big of a wrist stretch. Shoulders, hips, and heels are in line. Really squeeze your glutes. Breathe with your stomach. Hold for anywhere from 10 seconds to maybe 30 seconds. Just one solid set. Glute bridges. 5 reps, 8 reps, 10 reps per side. Again, keep these simple in just one set. Even hips. Don't arch your low back. Keep your abs tight and really push through that heel. Watch how far away or close your foot is from your hips. Now onto our push-up test. It's simple. One set, as many push-ups as you can do with good form. So this will determine your workouts in the remaining push-up protocol program. Each day, you'll do a different amount of sets and reps, but it will be a percentage of this max set. So it's very important you do them with good form, you don't cheat, and you're rested up, you got a good night's sleep, hydrated, maybe a little bit of food in the body, you warmed up appropriately, and this is quality work. So here I've done 60 push-ups. My chest is touching the ground on almost every single rep, but I'm not bouncing or getting momentum. Full elbow extension at the top. You can see my palms almost come off the ground. And my low back isn't arching, my knees aren't bending, my head isn't touching the ground first, I'm not craning my neck forward. It's all right to rest at the top to get a couple more reps right at the end, but good form, and really make sure that this is a quality set because it will affect the rest of the program. So do everything right. Now that we've completed our push-up test and we know our max set of push-ups, we're going to start out week 1, day 1. And we'll do 4 sets of 30% reps of our maximum set, and then 1 set to failure, or an AMRAP set, as many reps as possible. So I'm calculating 60 reps multiplied by 30% gives me 18 reps for 4 sets. That's my 30%, and then 1 set to failure, so 5 sets total. Rest 60 seconds to 120 seconds between sets, so a minute or 2. If your push-up test results in 10 reps, and you're doing 3 reps, obviously, per set, that's not that many. So do really short rests here. Keep in mind, this is only week 1. This is kind of like a ramp-up week. So if it feels really easy, that's good. 1 step back, 2 steps forward. That's the way this program is going to work initially. If you are doing very few reps, make sure they're good full range of motion. Maybe slow them down just a little bit so they're very controlled, and keep the rest time shorter. You can see I'm doing just some light stretching in between. You might get pretty pumped from this. Next up, we've got a 1-minute plank. So you can either do a full plank or go down the elbows if your triceps are burning, if you ended up doing a lot of reps because you have a higher maximum test. After this, glute bridges, so 2 sets of 10 reps, single leg, so it's 10 per side. All the same glute bridge standards apply: tight abs, full glute extension, push through the heel, watch how far away that foot is from the hips. If this is incredibly easy, take it to 12 reps or 15 reps. You could even throw a 3rd set in here. But again, week number 1, don't overdo it. It'll get much tougher, much quicker. So make sure you don't burn out this entire program in week 1. And now we're on to shoulder blade retractions and protractions. I call these scapula push-ups. So we did these in the warm-up for a reason. They are a great warm-up. Most people need to work on them, but they're also training for knocking out more reps and more sets when we're already fatigued in this workout. So you'll see them pretty often. So we're gonna do 10. Down and up is 1 rep, good full range of motion. Finally, reverse planks. So I've got 2 sets of 15 seconds. We should know the standards here. We've got the shoulders right on top of the wrists, fingertips facing forward, hips in line with the shoulders and the ankles, hamstrings, glutes are squeezed, breathing in the stomach. 15 seconds might be terribly hard for you or a little too easy, so take it to 30 seconds for 2 sets. Congratulations for making it through day 1. On to day 2, more push-ups. So 3 sets at 35% this time, with 1 set to failure. So once again, good form. If you're still doing 3, 4, 5 reps, make them perfect and move through it with a rest period of 60, 90, 120 seconds. After that, glute bridges. 2 sets of 10 per leg, all the same standards apply. Good little pause, squeeze at the top. You can add a couple reps if this is way too easy for you, but again, still week number 1. Moving up to what's next, 45-second plank. Seems shorter than last time, and it is 15 seconds, but we're gonna throw in a second plank, and then this is a low plank. So we're actually gonna lower ourselves 3, 4, 5 inches over the ground and hold that as tight as you can for 30 seconds. So we're doing overall more planking time, but we're just breaking it up high and low. And finally, we'll finish off with our reverse plank. 2 sets of 15 seconds. Again, if this is terribly easy, bump up the time to 30 seconds. Some people can barely hold this position for 5 to 10 seconds. Try to tighten up absolutely everywhere and hold the position. On to our 3rd workout of the week and finishing up week number 1. Once again, we have more push-ups. I'll just stop saying it because you guys know what's coming. 2 sets at 40%, 1 set of failure push-ups. So 3 sets total a day, but overall a lot more volume. You'll probably get less reps on that set of failure. Second movement or position, skydivers. Glute squeeze, low back, try to lift up as much of the body off the ground as possible. 3 sets of 20 seconds. Reaching planks, watch your wobble, watch how far out you reach, alternate which side you reach out with first. 3 sets of 10 reps, 30 to 60-second rest in between each set. Depending on you, you might need more or less depending on how fast you go, how far you reach. Next, side plank, so active shoulder, elbow directly underneath the shoulder. Keep those hips up. Like the reverse plank, we're gonna have the shoulders, hips, and ankles in line, and good ab position, nice breath in the stomach, and hold that for 1 set of 30 seconds per side. Again, if this is too easy, go to 45 seconds or a minute, but if you start breaking down and get pumped out, again, it's week number 1, hold back just a little bit. Finally, 1 more set of failure push-ups. So we've had a little bit of break from push-ups that is not working, so really try to push this. If you gotta hang out on a plank to get a couple more reps, do it. Finally, we'll wrap this video up with a stretch for the shoulder, external rotation, wrist, bicep, and pec. So you'll place your palm on the wall, fingertips down, get a nice neutral shoulder, and you can increase this stretch 2 ways or a mix of 2 ways. Slide the palm up the wall, move the body away from the wall, or split your stance and lower the body. Again, you can do one or the other or both. So a couple potential compensations in this position. If you really lack external shoulder rotation, you have very tight forearms or really tight pecs, the first thing you're probably gonna do is arch the back really, really hard to cheat for that shoulder. So try to get your ribs down, not as tight as a plank, but make sure the rib cage is right over the pelvis, and get some air in the stomach and keep the abs a little tight. Next up, you're actually gonna start to lose that external rotation, and the fingertips will rotate till they're facing behind the body. After that, the final compensation is the shoulder poking up near the ear. So once again, we want the shoulder down, fingertips facing the ground, ribs down, slight tension in the abs, and then rotate the torso away from the wall. Hold for 30 seconds and do 2 to 3 rounds per side. So that was week 1, days 1, 2, and 3, along with our initial test. So once again, comment, like, subscribe, grab somebody you know and bring them into this series, and you guys can kind of compete or keep each other accountable, whatever motivates you more. Obviously, I'm gonna be putting out these videos, like I said, on Sunday, but you might forget. So hit the notification bell and subscribe, very important for this series, so you don't lose track and get off by a week. And again, grab the PDF ebook on the website if you want to support the series. So until the next video, week 2, days 1, 2, and 3, hit these workouts hard. Make sure you do a warm-up. Check out one of my bodyweight warm-up series to make sure you're prepped and ready to go for the workouts. You get the most out of them. And of course, recover, sleep, do some mobility, eat right, and I'll see you in the next video.